up, all you Wakanda traveling dudes and dudettes? Toy Shiz here, and I got a really cool video for you today. We're totally going to be checking out the entirety of the brand new Marvel Legends, the Black Panther M'Baku Build-A-Figure wave. Now, I'm going to do something just a little bit different this time around. Usually, I like to have them all out, you look at each of them on the cards and everything else, or we do individual reviews. But I'm going to take a look just in the entirety of the actual wave, point out what I like, my favorite figures, what they did right, sort of kind of things that were, you know what I mean? But I think just a little bit different, kind of change it up, so I hope you guys dig it. This is the entirety of the brand new Marvel Legends, the Black Panther M'Baku Build-A-Figure wave. And while I got you guys here, just want to say thanks so much for checking out my Black Panther fresh look. If you like it, make sure to hit the like button. Also, be sure to subscribe because I got a heck of a lot more Marvel Legends action on the way. So with this 7-figure wave, one being the Build-A-Figure, I was a little bit on the fence at first. I thought, why are they doing another Black Panther wave? And then I thought, oh yeah, money. But regardless, the figures actually did come out really nicely, and they filled out a few of the gaps for the MCU. Now, a lot of people were like, well, I don't want a full MCU wave. I prefer the comic book. I do as well. I prefer the more comic book figures. A lot of them are standout for me, and it's just one of those things where, as a collector, you gotta have them all. My favorite figure in this entire group is T'Chaka. I absolutely love this figure. It's Black Panther, but you're getting his pops. I really would have liked if they gave us the extra head to go with it, just the unmasked head, but the colors and everything that they have brings such character and a uniqueness to this figure. I mean, you could even do like the Avengers like of BC and stuff if you really wanted to. It's a totally different figure. I feel like it could actually fit in your comic book line as well. I love the little patches, the colors, the design of this. Now, this is just one plastic piece that slips over, and then they gave him different boots and everything else like that, which we will soon see. It's a different head sculpt, but it shares the same body as another figure in this wave. Overall, I love it. My favorite figure of the group, totally different, but so unique in its own right. Next up is the Vibranium suit Black Panther. Now, this one, first saw the images, I was like, really another Black Panther figure, and it still kind of holds up that way. However, the paint, the purple, everything on it is very nice, and I enjoy the Chadwick Boseman unmasked head. You could actually, if you wanted to, take that head off and put it on T'Chaka. I mean, heck, even some of you customizers, you could give him some little bit of white in the beard, just, you know, kind of spruce it up, make it more like the movie. Yes, it's another Black Panther figure, but they do it well. He's got butterfly joints. Overall, it's a nice aesthetic. Do we need another Black Panther figure with this sort of motif? Not really. I'll be quite honest with you. But it is a well-done figure. It's just, I'm kind of either way on it. I could take it or leave it. But overall, I'll take it just because you get a nice Chadwick Boseman head, and the purple and everything on it does work quite nicely. Now, next up, you get the Dora Milaje figure. Now, this is a repaint of previous Black Panther figures, and she does work well. Comes with the head, she comes packaged with, and then they come with 2 alternate heads. So 3 total. And the head sculpts are very, very nice. They look great, and they're all very different in their own right, especially for people that army build and such. The same articulation, the same weapons, and I applaud that they gave you extra heads for the figure. Next up is Gollum himself, Ulysses Klaw. Another one of those figures where I think it looked better in promotional images. When you do get up close to the figure's head, it looks good from afar, and then once you get up close, you can see the discrepancies. He's got weirdness on the back of his head and everything. It fits and it doesn't fit. It's a good figure. It's just not the best version I think they could have done. It just seems like a lot of reuse and a lot of fiddling with things to make it work. One thing I do like, this blaster gun that he has, it fits in perfectly with the movie. I like that they gave us this, and then they gave us an extra hand, actually at the forearm, to do it, and you can see all the little lines, the sculpt work for the circuitry and such, so I actually really like that. I think for me it saves the figure in that sense. It goes from being just a generic pedestrian figure, you know, in a suited body, basically. I enjoy the tattoos, a lot of things that you don't notice in the movie. You know, he's got like a scorpion tattoo of a claw, get it, but overall, it's okay. This could have been done a little bit better. It doesn't exactly fit the figure perfectly. It's kind of like a hit and miss again, but overall, I think this makes it good, and he's a definitely great villain for your MCU shelf. And that brings us to another one of the movie's villains, Erik Killmonger. This figure is probably my second favorite. He's a great standout figure, and he has a lot going on. First and foremost, that is Michael B. Jordan. That head sculpt is amazing, and I actually really like this mask and how it fits over the figure. It's not something you have to switch out. It just slips right over the head given, and it works really well. A couple notable things. He's got a wristwatch that they just stuck on there. You get a couple guns, grenades, everything, magazines. Everything is sculpted really nicely, painted nicely for the most part. Could have used a little bit more paint, but this has some really nice distress marks on it. There's a gun inside his holster. It is sculpted in, but it looks quite good. I have to say, they painted all the grenades, unlike a Deadpool figure may have noticed from a while back. Couple more additions of paint here and there would have been icing on the cake, but I gotta give it to him on this one. I think Erik Killmonger, this is a great figure, and you cannot go wrong with that head sculpt. This brings us to the next Black Panther in the wave. So you really have 3 Black Panthers going on, one in the Vibranium suit, and then one in the Avengers suit, and it looks good. It's missing the butterfly joints, which I thought is weird. If you have the Vibranium suit, which has the butterfly, then why doesn't this one have the butterfly? It's an odd choice. I know it's a different body sculpt and everything, but it's just an odd choice nonetheless. He is looking a little bit more buff, a little bit more streamlined in this particular costume. I like that he get an extra smirking Bozeman head. I think that they could have emphasized it just a little bit more. They kind of did that with the Paul Rudd Ant-Man.
That's it. That's...
Yeah.
And you do get a pair of fisted hands, and you get a pair of clawed hands as well. Overall, it's a nice figure. It's another Black Panther figure. I'm not saying we need another one, but of course, you need the Build-A-Figure. They get us either way. Of course, brings us to this guy right here. This M'Baku figure is great. He looks spot on from the actor. I actually didn't know that the actor is in the new movie Us by Jordan Peele, so I'm really excited to check that out, and then go, when I'm watching the movie, go like, that's M'Baku. I got the figure on my shelf. He comes with a club. That's really cool. You know, things that are movie specific. I like that. The sculpting is great. He looks like a very cool Wakandan mountain man sort of deal. He's got the fur boots. He's got these really nice shin guards. Everything else goes all the way up. Couple layers of dress and everything, armor. Really excellent head sculpt. That is fantastic. And one thing I will say, I'm glad this pointed out, he has a couple loose joints on mine. The arms keep popping out. Legs are solid, head solid. So I hope you guys enjoyed my look at this Black Panther wave. I think it's a great wave. It's not terrible by any means. It's not perfect by any means, but it's a nice little leeway between waves and such. And for those that want to increase your Black Panther movie verse on your shelves, I think it's a great way to do it. And I highly recommend them in some sense. You got to get T'Chaka. You got to get Killmonger. Ulysses Klaw would be great as a villain. And overall, the M'Baku is fantastic. These two, you can go either way. This one, of course, you can go either way if you want an army build. That's what I highly recommend her as. But as a nice figure on the shelf, I think you will like it. So I'm going to leave you guys with that. As always, drink some great coffee, eat some great food, but most importantly, collect some amazing Marvel Legends figures, because we got a heck of a lot more on the way, and it's only just about the end of March. And when you do, let me know what you found. I'll talk to you guys soon. Adios.